Hey everyone, this is Supraja,
This is Saujanya.
and we are not here to tell you what's right or what's wrong.
We are just two friends trying to understand and communicate our feelings a little better.
For a long time, expressing emotions wasn't easy for us, so this space is about learning, unlearning, and growing.
Because we may be living different lives, but we are all feeling something. Welcome
Welcome
to
to our
our podcast.
podcast.
We have always heard people say time heals everything, right?
We say that a lot.
But what if it's not actually true? I think time really doesn't heal anything.
But do you think it does anything?
In reality, it might sound lame, but time just passes away. And what
Hmm.
you do in that time is what actually helps you heal.
Give an example.
Imagine someone is in a relationship and they get hurt in that relationship. So, what this person will do is they'll distract themselves or they'll try to stay busy just so they can avoid feeling about this. Basically, they
Hmm.
don't sit with that emotion.
Yeah, I think we all do that a lot.
Sometimes months pass by and years pass by, and so technically time did pass by. But the moment something reminds them of that relationship, all the feelings will come rushing back.
I can see pain doesn't really go away. It's just sitting there silently all along, untouched, right? So I don't think time is actually healing anything here.
Yeah. Imagine that same person, some maybe when they got hurt in that relationship, they were crying every day. But
Hmm.
after few years, they won't be crying every day, right? But that also doesn't mean they are healed. It just became a part of their normal.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So time is not healing that pain in them, but as you said, it's just becoming as a part of their life, like a new normal to them.
Yeah.
We get this a lot from people. Like when I share my pain to someone, when I tell someone that I'm hurt by
Hmm.
something, they usually make an analogy with the physical pain, like how physical pain heals over time. They
Yeah.
make the same comparison for the emotional pain as well.
Yes, but emotional pain needs a lot of attention. They need a lot of reflection, understanding, and processing, right?
Yeah, so let's say there are two people going through the same situation.
Hmm.
One person kind of did the work, healed from the whole thing, whatever that was bothering them, and then grew out of that situation.
Hmm.
And then there is the second person who kept on avoiding feeling anything about that thing very deeply, and then distracted themselves from this problem, and they moved on with their life without actually doing the actual healing work.
Yeah.
So over a period of time, while years passed,
Hmm.
the first person is going to feel at peace, but
Hmm.
and the second person is going to, like, without even recognizing what was it, like the root cause of the trigger that they are facing, they won't be at peace basically. And something, even like a small thing that can remind them of the past, they might react in a very bad way.
So, what you're saying is it's not the time that heals, it's what you are going to do with that time you get.
Yeah, you see why time heals your pain, feels like it feels very comforting to people. It gives a false sense of hope that healing will happen automatically without you having to do that work. But it's often very misleading, right? It does not act, it's not doing the active work that you are supposed to do.
Yeah, I think people rely on that time heals everything because doing the inner work is much harder.
Yeah, it's easier for people to brush their feelings off under the carpet without sitting with that uncomfortable feeling. They just don't feel anything at all,
Is
right?
that the right thing to do though?
Definitely not, because you see, this whole thing is going to come back at them with more resentment.
Yeah.
They are going to grow very impatient towards everything that they see, and
Yeah.
eventually it's going to make their life very harder.
Makes a lot of sense. One more thing is time can actually create illusions.
What kind of illusion?
that you have moved on from something just because you haven't thought about it in a while,
Hmm.
until something reminds you, and then everything feels so fresh again.
Yeah, so it doesn't erase anything, I guess. It just delays the whole process. And it's very scary, right?
Yeah.
And I also think healing is a very active process and not a passive one.
Time is very passive, but healing is more intentional. Like,
Yeah.
healing is not something that happens to you, it's something you choose to do for yourself.
You see how time is not completely useless, but I think it's just incomplete without actively trying to understand yourself and do the right amount of reflection.
Yes. Imagine someone is waiting for closure from the
Hmm.
other person, and they believe that with time they will get closure. But in reality, it doesn't work like that, right? Like, you have to see what is going on inside you to understand yourself better, and that's how you get closure. It doesn't come from outside.
Yeah, it is about understanding yourself very well and acting right on it.
Yeah.
I think there is one more thing that time does.
What is it?
It reveals a lot of patterns.
What do you mean?
If something in our life keeps repeating again and again, then that means that some things are not changed.
Hmm.
Time passed, but the pattern kind of stayed.
So you're saying time doesn't break the patterns.
Yes, time doesn't, awareness does.
Hmm.
So with time, a lot of events repeat itself again and again with just different faces and different moments. And this is why people tend to ask this question a lot to themselves, like, why is this thing happening to me?
Hmm.
But instead, I think the real question should be, what is the real pattern?
Hmm.
What am I missing here? Because there are a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities that is given to you in order to rebuild yourself, but with lack of awareness, I think all of those will just look like coincidences to you.
Yeah. So the time doesn't really change our life. It just gives keeps us showing up the same lesson until we are ready to learn it.
Yeah, you see, if time doesn't heal anything, or even if it creates some illusions for us, then maybe we are looking at time in a wrong way all along.
What do you mean wrong way?
Maybe it's just a space where we kind of either like process feelings or avoid feelings. It's just that.
I think it also creates us an opportunity, and but time doesn't decide what you do with that opportunity. It is
Yeah.
your responsibility to heal at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
If healing is intentional, what's one thing you're going to do this week intentionally? Let us know in the comments.